Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the World Away and it's a brand new week and I believe we're back to normal programming again now. So today I'm going to be doing, as you see, I'm a little bit behind on this one, pack 7 of the Agora Models release of Build the Orca from Jaws. Now today we've got 2 trays. There isn't much to do, but looking at them, we are building the engine. Now the engine, this is the advantage of building mine after everybody else. Have been doing a bit of research on that. And everyone's like, why is the engine red? The engine should be red, it should be green. I can assure you, I believe the engine was red. And the reason being is because I think this engine that we're building now is a Ford Lehman engine, specifically the Ford Lehman Dorset engine, which was around about that circa period, 1975. It could have been a Ford Kent engine. Who knows? Both of those engines were red, or some of them were anyway. So there's speculation on this, but this is what we're building today. We're going to be adding that into the compartments of the Orca. But believe me, I've been doing my research and just finding loads of dead ends. So having an engine in here is just going to be brilliant anyway. If you do want to get this for yourself, it's available through Agora Models. It's available worldwide for Agora Models. And I have put a link in the video description and we've got the QR code on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, so as you can see, the trays are massive. So let's get these open. Once again, if you are struggling to open these trays, all you need to do is put your hand in here and just break these parts here and it will stop things pinging off in all directions like that. I'd also like it known that today's video I'm building under duress. I have a little problem in the workshop. So basically I'm guessing that spider has now made this place its home and I'm now its, well, I'm its prey. Oh, this is going to be nervous and fun. Right, okay. The first thing I'm going to do is we've got these details on a sprue here. I'm going to cut this detail off the sprue. Got my sprue cutters. And we're building up onto this detail just here. So I am going to need my glue because we're going to be gluing this into place. And what I'll do is I'm just going to glue the outer edge of this like this and put this in here. Perfect. Now on this detail, look, we've got a tiny part just here. Let's get that one off. Again, a little bit of glue on here. This is going to be going on the top. In the bag that comes in this tray, we've got these 2 pipes. Let's open those. Now, they are different. This one here, I don't know if you can identify this. This is 21A. What I'm going to do, just put some glue just on the tabs, because this one is going to be going into this side just here. So that's how that looks. And then the second one is going to go next to it. But it kind of crosses over. So when they're in, they should look like that. Then taking off this detail just here. Gonna put some glue just on the tabs at the bottom here, because this is going to be going in here. Just like that. And now we've got this squarish looking box that this is actually going to fit into. So this is actually going to go in here like that. And we've got these flange screws here, these black screws, which I'm going to be putting these in. Now, one of my viewers, Jonathan Haynes, bought me this, which I think is available on Amazon. This is a high torque WOWStick. So basically you turn this here, and if I just turn it by 1, as you can see, it's going to make it go round. I'm going to try this out. Let's see how this works. Now, if it hasn't got enough torque for this, I can actually put, as you see, struggling a little bit there, I can increase the torque settings. So let's put it up to 4. I don't want to do too much. I'll probably rip the screw out. Now, the problem with these WOWSticks I've had in the past is that they're just not strong enough. Wow, but that one is. Look at that. That's excellent. Okay, we're gonna see if we get on with this. Let's use this for this build. Okay, so that is how that's looking. I'm probably going to weather that up. But what I need now is what we've created so far of the Orca. I'm going to turn this upside down because it's basically this area that I'm interested in. And I have got this detail here to go in. And it's going to be fitting in just like that. And then what we've created here is actually going to be going on this way over the top. And that will eventually hold everything into place. And then it's the same screws to actually secure this in. Now it is a bit of a godsend to be able to use this today because obviously I've still got blisters from doing Optimus Prime. Now what I'll do is I'll try and find this on Amazon and I will put it in my Amazon store. And obviously if you need my Amazon store link, it's down the bottom there in the QR code. I've got links to the UK and the US stores. But with that in place, if I just turn this over so you can have a look, that is all there is to do in that stage. So we're now going to be building the fuel tanks. And we've got an R and an L, left and right. I think this is symmetrical. I don't think it matters, but as long as we put the left in the left side over here to us and the right in the right side to us, I think we're going to be okay. So again, what I'm trying to match up is make sure that these little indents are on this side. Line up the holes. And once again, let's put a screw in here. They're all using the same screw, so that's convenient. I am slowly really liking this thing. Let me just sorry, I sound like a blooming QVC guy here. This actually comes in this case. What this case is look, when you pull this out, you've got all the bits in here and you revolve them around. Look, every bit, tweezer, everything known to man. This is great. Okay. It's the first time I've used it, so it is like a new toy for me. Okay, we have one little detail left on this sprue here. Let me just get this one off. Now, we want this little pipe just here. And what I want to do is put a little bit of glue on the shorter edge of the pipe I've just cut off, which has got a D-shaped pattern on it. So this is only going to be able to go in one way because it's going just into the end here. Just like that. Now this gets put into this section here. And we want it this way round with a pipe pointing towards the longer end. It's going to be glued as well. So again, just some glue at the bottom. And I'll get that in. Nice. So basically this is going to be going in this way. So the pipe is furthest away from the caps here. So this is going to go in like this. Get that in all the way. Lovely. Bring over the Orca again and turn it upside down. Once again, we have this panel this time, which goes in this way, just like that. Putting it in there. And then this is going to be going over the top. So again, we need to make sure this goes in the right way. So it's actually going to go in this way over, like this. Perfect. And once again, held in with 4 of these screws. So let's see how that looks. Haha, just like that. Definitely going to weather these up. Okay, that's all there is to do in that stage. Now we're going to be adding the hatches now. So what we've got basically are these parts of the deck here, and we're going to be putting these surrounds in around the hatches. So best thing to do, I think, is put these in now. And I'm not putting them on the lugs, I'm putting them on the flat sides, the glue, because obviously that's the side that's actually going to be touching or got the biggest surface area, so that can go in just like that. So then when I weather the whole deck up, this is actually going to be weathering the copper up as well, or the brass. I'm guessing that's brass. Now I'm having to open the other tray, which is on my other table at the moment, and the reason for that is because I need this shiny piece here, and this is going to be going into place. So basically we're going to be putting it into place. This time here, we don't want to glue this, because obviously we want to be able to pop this off to see what's underneath it. Excellent. So that's in just like that. In this tray, we've got the smaller hatch here, which has got a locating lug. So again, this can only go in one way there. This one doesn't open. So we are going to put that in with a screw. So we can turn this upside down. It's probably going to fall out the other side. No, not if I do it that way. And there you go, screw it in. It did fall out. Look at that. So that's now looking like that. Bring over the Orca again. And again, let's turn this upside down. And you can see where this is going to go. It's going to go just into this area here. This is probably going to fall out when I do this. But we're going to put it out there like that. And then again, in the second tray, I've got this detail here, which is actually going to hold this into place. It goes this way round, just over the top. And again, 4 of these screws to hold that into place. So if I just turn that back around and just put this plate back in, there you go. Gives you an idea of how that's going to look. Different colour to that. So what I'm going to do is put a whitewash on that, and then obviously that's all going to be the same colour. Because I had already weathered the interior cabin. Okay, we've got this one to go in. But before we do that, we do have a hatch to put on. So again, I am going to just put some glue on the trim here. Just on 4 sides like that, and get this one in. And then I'll just do the back one. Now the back one's got an open side. So the open side goes towards the transom. So it's going this way round. Make sure that fits flush in there. And then we've got 2 panels to put into place on top of these, which are just going to hide that engine for now. One goes in this way. One of the cameras can see that. Excellent. And the other one will be going in this way here. And there we go. With those in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. So we're not going to need the Orca now. Let's move that to one side because we are going to be building the engine. Now, all the parts for the engine are what's left here, as you can see. And this is definitely modelled on a Lehman engine. So, looking like this. Okay. Okay, so the first detail is this one here. It's going to be going on just like that with the solenoid section going towards the bottom by the look of it. I am going to need to glue this in. It looks like a solenoid. I'm calling it a solenoid, but historically on this channel, I never get the name of anything right. Okay, so that's in there. Now on the other side here, I've got this massive pipe to put in, sort of going on like that. And again, I'm going to put this into place with a bit of glue. So that should look like that. I've then got this, what looks like a filter here. It's going to go into the slot just here. Again, a bit of glue in here. So that's in place. Oh, this engine's crying to be weathered out. In the film, you probably wouldn't notice it's red because this is completely caked in everything. So it does look darker, but that's why there's speculation on what engine's actually used. Okay, we've got some little bits of pipe here, looking like this. Let's get these open. Okay, and what I'm going to do is drop some glue into the holes that this is going to go. So the first pipe is going to go into the hole just by the side of that filter there, and the lower of the holes just here. So let's pick one up with my tweezers, and I'll get this one in first. And then you're kind of bending it round, because this is a wire that can be bent. as you can see, to get this in the top. Ha! There you go. Takes some bending, but there you go, it's in place. So the second one, I'm doing kind of like a question mark here. Just bending it before I glue it, so it's going to go in kind of like that. So let's glue that one in. This one goes at the top of the filter there, into the first big red section we put in. So that looks like that. The third one, again, I'm just going to mold this in my hands first, because this is going to go into the larger hole here and the top of that hole just there. So let's have a play with this. So I've made a piece that looks kind of like that. Let's get this into place. That's looking good. We've got the belt, which is going to go around the pulleys just here. So 1, 2, and I just need to put it over this one as well. So that's that in place. And that is, they do give you a spare wire by the look of it, but that's definitely how it looks. And that's that stage complete. Now we're still going to be working on the engine in the next stage, which means I need these parts here, which are in the bag. Now there's 3 the same, which are those. And there's one that's different, which is on its own there. So one that's different first. Just some glue on the tab and holding this way round. I'm going to be putting this into place, and it's going to go into the stay here. So basically these are like mounting points. So it's going to go around that filter that we just put in there. Now because all the other ones are the same, it's just a case of putting some glue around these and keeping these exactly in the same direction as those and pushing them in like that, making sure that they're square. Okay, they're in just like that. We've now got some pipes in a bag just here. This is the first pipe I want, looking like that. We also need this detail. I'm going to be putting this pipe in first. It actually goes on the underside here. So it's going to go in dry fit just like that. And what that's going to do is basically having this black pipe in this hole here, but it's also going to look like the pipe's going into this red detail. So I'll put some glue there as well. So if I line that up, you can see how that goes in. Okay, the second one, if I turn this around, is a really long pipe looking like this. And this is going to be coming right out the side just here into this hole. So it's going to go in that way. And then this is going to be going into the engine on this side here. It's actually slotting into the front here, like this. So again, bit of glue into the cavity where that's going to go. So I can put that in. Nice. And at the moment, that's that stage complete. And then I believe we're probably moving on to the final stage now, which means I need this section just here. And I've got a detail to put in here, which looks just like that. Looks like some more, they're either reservoirs or filters, into the hole here and put that into place like this. Get that snapped in there. I've got one more of these left. Do you remember? I thought it was spare. This is going to be going into place on the back side here. Now we do have 2 holes to put this in. One just at the top. And again, I'm just doing a dry fit to see where this goes. And it's actually going to be going round into the one at the side here. So this is going to have to go a little 90-degree bend first. I'm using my tweezers, you see, as a former for this. And then a little bend just in this side here. I think I've done well there. I think that's going to work good. So let's put some glue in the holes. and put this into place. Ha, excellent. Just like that. I've got this bigger pipe now to put in. This is actually going onto the bottom. It's sort of extending this pipe here, but it does go off upwards direction. So this is going to go in this way. I'll put some glue on here. Just get that all the way in. Nice. So that's how that looks when it's in. We've got some little pipes left. The first one's going to be going on this side here. So again, some glue in that hole. I'll put that one in. Nice. And the other one we've got, which looks just like this, is going to go into the hole just here on the side. So that should look just like that. And then this whole thing is going to be fitting on top of the engine here. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just put glue along this edge, like this. And get this into place. Perfect. And everything is slotted together. Absolutely lovely there. Look at that. That's one side. And that's the other side. And I believe that's the engine complete. That's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. So that's another Orca pack done. And we've got an engine now as well, which is pretty cool. Does that focus there? There you go. Looking like that. That's pack 7 complete. So we've got pack 8 coming soon. Until then, well, I don't know what I'll be building. I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.